welcome back to Wicked Iron Gym. Today I'm going to be talking about building the home gym. I've done a tour in the past. You can hopefully look that up. It should still be up. Where I show my dumbbells, my cage, my leg press, everything, my leg extension, leg curl machine that I have, and how I've got it set up. I think I've got it fairly efficient. You got to make sure that it's efficient, because if you got to move stuff every time, you're not going to use it. You don't want to use it as a clothes rack. And you got to have the space. Right now, I'm in about a 14 by 24 foot space. Not sure exactly how that translates on the camera, but it's plenty of room. I can move my bench around if I need to, if I'm doing flies or whatever. But I'm going to be looking at the quality of equipment that I have. Here we go. We're going to start with the leg press. So this is my leg press. It's very simple. It's kind of on a low to mid quality, but it works real well. You want to make sure the slides aren't all worn out. You want to take a look at the welds. If you're buying something used or whatever for quality, see how thick the metal is. Make sure that it's going to be sturdy enough. This one is pretty sturdy. It wobbles back and forth. You'll see me put my arms on the posts to help support it when I start to go heavy. I don't think it's be an issue. Generally with these kind of machines, most of the weight's on your legs, so you should be pretty good as long as you stay within your safety range. Figure a way to build a safety if you need to put like jack stands or something underneath so it can't come down too far if you do get hurt. The next thing I'm going to talk about is my dumbbells. I have two types of dumbbells. I have these cast hex dumbbells. You want to look, a lot of times in here they get cracked if they're dropped and knocked off. The paint, I mean, really, who cares? You're lifting weight, moving it around. If it gets chipped or whatever, it's not going to be that big a difference. Make sure it's not broken. I believe one of my 35s, you can see on this one, I had to epoxy it back together. I probably could have welded it, but being thick and probably cast, it wouldn't weld too well. Over here, I've got my heavy dumbbells. These are an assembled type system. They come on the handle, and then you add the plates to them. These all came exactly how they are. When you're purchasing them, you want to make sure that they have the end screws, that they're not all stripped out. Make sure that the weights aren't bent. You can't really see. This one shows a little bit. It's been dropped. You can see a little bit between the two. It's got a little bit of a bend to it. Obviously, that's fine for what I do. These, I'm guessing, were commercial weights at one time. But the knurling, on these heavy ones, you can see that the grip is used a lot less than my 40 pounds. So the knurling's good, so you'll have a good firm grip on them while you're using them. The bench that I use is a pretty good solid bench. My wife got it for me probably about 20 years ago. As you can see, the bottom is adjustable. It has the preacher attachment in the end, right behind it. It did have a leg extension, leg curl, but that was a little bit cheaper and did end up breaking. So everything else seems to be solid on it. I check it over at least once a month just to make sure everything's tight. Screws will eventually work their way loose, and make sure everything moves well like it should. Leg curl, leg extension. This is a fairly heavy duty machine. This one's made by Tough Stuff. I don't really know much about them. It's adjustable. It's got a grease grommet, Zerk fitting actually. So it's serviceable. It's not going to wear out as long as you take care of it. The pads, make sure they're good. A good adjustable back for if you're shorter or taller is always good. Sometimes they come with adjustable heights also. Something to look forward. Also double check the welds on these. If you're buying them used, sometimes there's a lot of stress here, underneath, stress there, where it all moves. Make sure it's all good. Then I have my, I call it a Roman chair. I'm not sure if that's 100% correct or not. This is another thing that there's not a whole lot that can go wrong with it other than dirt and dust. Check the welds. Down here, you can see it had to be re-welded at one point. Panel must have split. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but it's solid. I put my weight on it. I bounced on it before I bought it. Pads, make sure that they're not all crushed in, worn out. Usually it's made of plywood, and you can re-staple if you need to put foam in there and re-staple it back on. That's an easy fix. Next thing is a cage system. This is one that I recommend better than a standalone bench. It takes up about as much space as a standalone bench, but you can do so much more with it. It's got the safety rails. It's got the bars where you can set it up for squats. It's got high-low pulleys. It's got a pull-up bar you can use. Make sure this one, the cable has been replaced. You want to inspect the cable probably weekly, if not at least monthly. Make sure it moves. See how smooth? I don't know how well that shows, but fairly little effort. The pulleys are smooth and they work well with no weight on there. The cheaper machines they'll bind up, they'll twist, they won't pull smooth, and the cables are a lot thinner and they get frayed. So that's something you want to look out for. With these, double check the welds, the hardware, something you want to check probably every month. Take a look at it just to make sure that it's safe and it's good. You're putting a lot of weight and putting your life in danger if you don't. My next recommendation is make sure you have enough weight. It's kind of hard to mess these up. They're made of iron. Make sure they're not cracked, I guess. They're not really gonna go bad. If there's a little bit of surface rust on it, knock it off, spray paint it black, whatever color you want, so you know it's yours. But if you buy a 300-pound weight set, and if you're squatting 350 or something, you don't have enough. Or if you have a multiple gym setup like I do, and you want to keep some weights over there that you start with every time, you're not going to have enough. So don't be afraid to buy extra weights. Shop around, find them on sale. Next thing I recommend, if you get a chance, curl bars. Now you can do curls with dumbbells. You can do a lot of this with the dumbbells if you buy those first, but they make it nice. You can work both arms at the same time. Try to keep your weights the same. As you can see here, I've got standard and Olympic. The Olympic are the 2-inch bar. This curl bar here, standard, are the 1-inch holes. It makes it a little more difficult for changing it around, but I do have enough of both that it still works. Thanks for watching the home gym tour. Hopefully you got something out of it. See a little bit of quality. Know what you're looking for, because space is important also. If you try to buy a multi-tool machine that takes up a 10 by 15 foot footprint, you ain't going to have enough room and it's not going to get used. So once again, please like, subscribe, share, comment, all that jazz. Let me know what I could do better. Let me know what you liked. Thank you.